Alright guys and gals, at the end of one of the last videos that we done here on the channel, a few days ago, it was a military video, it popped up a video about the president, how he rolls, how he travels, and a couple of guys in the comments said, Adam, you should definitely check that out. And here I am, checking the president out. If you're new here, my name is Adam, and it's an absolute pleasure to have your acquaintance. Nice to meet you. I also stream on Twitch where I'm going to be doing live reactions to this sort of stuff. So if that tickles your pickle, I don't know why I'm tickling everybody's pickle recently. I've said that in the last video. But anyway, I'm going to assume that this is going to be crazy because I've learned over the past week or so that yes, they go all out.
I've discussed many lavish travelers on my channel, but none can come even close to what the US president spends when going to another place.
Well, I mean, he's just showed somebody going to space. Surely it's not more expensive than going to space.
President's planes, cars, and other modes of transportation are not made out of gold, at least until Trump is out of office. And the furnishing inside is by no means extravagant or outrageously luxurious. Yet despite that, US taxpayers spent one astoundingly high price for each flight that would make any Arabian prince or sheik.
Wait a minute. So the way he's traveling around in style is because all you guys that pay tax, you're literally paying for his traveling. I don't know if I like that. You guys earn your money. Surely you shouldn't have to do that, bro. This world sucks sometimes, bro. But hey, but if you're happy doing that, then I'm happy you're happy.
Looked like a dirt poor beggar starving on the streets of Riyadh. The motorcade. Having two presidents killed on the road is not a great score for US Secret Services. So, ever since JF Kennedy was shot while cruising around in the presidential limousine, the NSA got a bit more strict on the whole presidential transportation gig.
So I always see a lot of conspiracy theories around this, and I'm, for one, don't really believe in any of them. But would you guys be interested in if I done a video on, like, conspiracy theories? Or would that not... I was about to say, why am I tickling everyone's... What the fuck is wrong with me, brother? Would you guys enjoy that? Would that be something you'd watch? Let me know.
Today, the president going from one place to another is a logistical nightmare that, although precise like a well-oiled machine, cost a top dollar for the taxpayers. The motorcade is the single most impressive exhibition of this security masterpiece. And it's the only thing that's actually on display when the president is traveling. The rest of the operations are usually behind the scenes, and although crucial, they remain hidden from the public eye. The motorcade is truly a sight to be seen. With over 50 vehicles and 100 personnel, it's the world's second most tightly secured means of transportation.
What the hell is the first? 50 cars for one man? That sounds a bit okay to me. Like overkill, I don't know. Is it not?
Well, Joe Biden can't actually build a street from his private property to the Oval Office, so Putin's route to work is a bit less dangerous. Yet the whole sophistication of this convoy that always follows the US president wherever he goes is unmatched.
That's crazy.
This convoy is so instrumental in keeping the man in charge alive that the whole thing follows everywhere the US president is going. Be it in keeping...
Bro, look how thick those fucking doors are. Holy!
The man in charge alive that the whole thing follows everywhere the US president
The bloody
is going.
tank!
Be it Dallas, California, or even abroad. Naturally, there is a small obstacle between the USA and almost every other country in the world called the ocean, which is not particularly well known for being car-friendly.
No.
So the NSA does the next best thing. They fly the entire motorcade, all 50 vehicles, to wherever the president goes.
No, they don't. There's absolutely no way. There's no way! Referee!
So other nations can also witness this display of power. It's much like the circus is coming to town, but much more intimidating. And instead of clowns and acrobats, there are snipers and armed guards that could kill you instantly. Now that's a neat trick I'd rather not see in person. Naturally, this is not as easy as it sounds. The Secret Services use a Boeing C-17 Globemaster cargo plane. The flying behemoth costs around $340 million without the added defense systems. Since the president is flying on another aircraft, Air Force One, the Globemaster is actually nothing special when it comes to comfort. It's a strict cargo plane, carrying the most spectacular parade anyone can see. Of course, this escalates the price of each presidential flight drastically.
How much?
And if you're one
I
with
need to know.
heart problems, you should probably skip the next few minutes while I discuss how much it costs the presidential convoy to get around the world.
It's gonna be huge.
How much do we pay for the president's journeys?
These ways, see the way he emphasized we, it's the taxpayers, isn't it? I didn't know this until today. This is news to me. Shit.
As I already mentioned, the president is traveling on a separate plane. Usually, he travels with a highly modified Boeing VC-25A. It's the military equivalent of a Boeing 747. The commander-in-chief actually has 2 of them ready for use, as each one costs over $325 million for the floor model. Naturally, the president's one is equipped with top-of-the-line furnishing, comfortable business-class leather seating, and most importantly, state-of-the-art defense capabilities, which drive the price to anywhere between $600 and $800 million. Of course, the defense characteristics of the plane are kept secret, so the exact price is unknown.
So it's more expensive, what you're trying to say?
In the Oval Office, the Secret Services went ahead and ordered 2 new Boeing 747-8 aircraft, each one with specific modifications and lavish, luxurious settings, which would cost the American taxpayers at least $4 billion.
You know, I'm just gonna. Can we all just pretend that we didn't just hear that? Definitely did not just hear that the new one's gonna cost $4 billion. Absolutely not. Just everyone just kind of pass over that. Your tax money is going to like helping like the trees grow and the grass staying green and the air breathable.
Dollars, along with all the planes, vehicles, and escort the president gets during his travels. One can easily conclude that this would hardly be a cheap trip. Nonetheless, with a price of $200 million per flight, even the Sultan of Brunei, who once paid $20,000 for a haircut.
Shut up. But I mean, that's just stupid. That is more stupid than anything I've ever heard in my whole life. Why is he paying $20,000 for a haircut? Did he have new hair implants made a unicorn? What's going on? No, take it back. I need to know what I need to.
Consider this a bit stiff. On average, the administration pays $2,614 for each minute the president is on the road, flying, or anywhere outside the Oval Office.
I mean,
that's what I call losing money when not at the office. Hopefully, cigarette breaks and dementia episodes are not included as travel expenses. The motorcade
the hell was that?
breaks and dementia episodes are not included
What the fuck is going on
as
here,
travel
bro?
expenses.
You just trip? What is that?
The motorcade formation. The motorcade is actually a rigorous and well-planned defensive strategy where every single vehicle and personnel has an exact spot. Front and center is always a lead car, or in some cases a motorcycle. However, that's not the first car that secures the perimeter when the president moves. A patrol car, called the route car, goes about 5 minutes before the motorcade to ensure the route is safe from large-scale attacks.
5 minutes?
Any large-scale attack would need a far bigger window of opportunity to prepare for action. This way, any organized traps are prevented in advance. After the route car, about 20 to 30 motorcycles have the single task of clearing all other vehicles from the president's route. They block entry points to the road in use and push aside the traffic ahead so the president may continue unobstructed. This first wave of cops that would block an entire street for the president are not actually from the Secret Service, but from the local police department.
I was literally about to say, I just saw the Metropolitan Police, which is like in London, I think.
After the pilot car, there are 2 additional cars that can substitute the pilot if needed. Several other critical vehicles at the back ensure the president is as safe as a marshmallow-covered playground. The ID car is the playmaker in the motorcade, as it's the car that communicates with outside surveillance teams. A little behind is the hazardous materials mitigation unit.
What?
A truck full of equipment and people who can detect and respond to chemical, biological, or nuclear attacks on the motorcade.
This
Next
is mental.
the Roadrunner, which is essentially a moving communication center that gives the motorcade access to satellites, the internet, and other connections. Finally, there is an ambulance, a support car, and way at the back, 3 to 4 patrol cars, who are tasked with keeping speedsters from recently opened crossroads to stay behind the motorcade. At the core of the motorcade, right behind the pilot cars, is the most essential part of the motorcade, the secure package. This is where the president is. The secure package is an autonomous group of cars that can detach from the motorcade if needed and
Is it not going to tell you which one the president's in? It's just one of 4.
escort the president outside of harm's way. It's led by the US Secret Service electronic countermeasure Suburban. Its primary function is to jam all incoming radio signals, rendering any remote-activated explosive inoperable.
That is
The secure package
crazy.
is also the control car, which carries all essential personnel like advisors and a doctor. The rest of the core pack of the motorcade is the halfback, filled with the Commander-in-Chief's personal detail, and the Cat car, carrying the counter-assault team.
Oh, shit.
Needless to say, the most important vehicle there is the president's limo. However, there are 2 similar Cadillacs, one of which is a decoy. They constantly switch places, so no one would know which one is the president's
The
car.
decoy, like?
They have identical details and even number plates. So even if someone spots the one in which the president is,
You still don't know?
it will be impossible to relay
That
this
is
information to their
hilarious.
accomplices. However, diversion is not the only tactic for preventing attacks. The limo is nicknamed the Beast for a reason. The Beast.
The Beast. I love
The
it.
Beast is essentially a moving bunker.
Yeah.
It's one of the safest places in the world.
Bet you talks about
And
the
along with
doors.
all other security measures, the luxurious limo has some James Bond-style defensive capabilities. Despite being a lightweight tank weighing between 15,000 and 20,000 pounds, the Beast is incredibly comfy and has a highly luxurious setting. Nicknamed Cadillac One, this GM model is not an ordinary car you can just buy from any old dealership. Well, you may try to get a duplicate if you have $1.5 million to spend. The heavily armored 8-inch thick plating and the enforced floor pallets
And it-
couldn't be installed
Look at the
on
doors.
a regular car suspension, so GM had to use a modified truck frame for this limo. This
That is
makes the car
crazy.
entirely bulletproof, as the windows themselves are 5-inch thick and can deflect a .44 caliber Magnum bullet. All windows of the limousine are sealed, and the only one that could be opened is the driver's. This becomes useful in cases of chemical attacks when the president's compartment gets entirely sealed. To make it even more imposing, the Beast is a whole arsenal on its own. It has a rocket launcher, night vision goggles,
I mean, no, don't need guns, don't need like handguns, shotguns, machine guns, sniper rifles. Just put a fucking rocket launcher in it. Skip all the shit. Rocket launcher, okay? Straight to one of the biggest guns a man can hold.
tear gas cannon, shotguns, bottled oxygen, and blood. Not because the president is a vampire, although right now he generally looks like one, but because in case of a severe wound, the onboard staff needs to have at least 2 banks of the president's blood type.
Holy
Being one
shit.
massive chunk of armored metal, almost all noises are sealed out of the car. The only contact comes from the mobile communications center, and several microphones spread outside that allowed the security detail inside the limo to have their ears unplugged in case of an attack. Despite being a moving fortress, Cadillac One is also one of the most luxurious limousines in the world. Well, it's not a party limousine, so don't expect a lavish bar and party lights inside. Instead, it's a moving Oval Office, a place where the president and his guests can discuss politics, deals, and gossip about their colleagues from around the world. At least, that's what I imagine politicians do when talking eye to eye. While Donald Trump first used the latest edition of the Beast, it was commissioned by his predecessor, Barack Obama. So there are no golden cup holders, no diamond seat buckles, and no eccentric, egomaniacal Trump signs on the side of the car. Are you impressed?
Yo,
You
Trump would
should
have
be.
a stripper pole in there,
After all,
brother.
It is you who is paying $2,614 a minute for the comfort and security of the president.
$3,614. Holy shit. Today is a day that I never thought I'd learn that the president carries around an RPG in his car. Yeah, that one got me. Because in my head, I'm just imagining, you know, there's an attack and all of a sudden Biden pops out the top of the fucking limousine with an RPG. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out.